So next up to perform, we have Harrison, I believe.
Hello, how's everyone doing? It's good to be back at Round Lemon. I had recently had my first COVID shot, and which was a strange experience. And yeah, so it was quite a really good, interesting experience. And so last time, a month ago, I read an extract from my upcoming novel, Behind the Window. And Behind the Window details the consequences of a man's action over generations and decades. And so I want to read a section out that is one of my most favourite sections that in the book, and it's a section called Positronic, and it takes place at the Edinburgh International Festival in 2007. So I will read it out. So Monday, the 20th of August, 2007. The festival was in full swing. Coloured streamers, dancing, drum beats, violins, singing choirs, food stalls, chip bands, stand-up comedians, circus acts, death-defying stunts filled the pavements of Princes Street. The rest, billowing onto North Bridge and butting its way into the Old Town, was a multicoloured, dimension-splitting rainbow of intrigue, mystery, true/false love, and desire. PC pushed past the trio of demonstrators, thankfully not protesting against him, but against nuclear weapons, and took a right turn off Princes Street. He felt mildly exhausted and had a horrid knot in the pit of his stomach. Airline food, most probably. The bacon and eggs the plastic-faced stewardess had served him on the flight yesterday, due to depart at 08:30, but delayed to 10:30 due to mechanical issues, or so they claimed. Not that it mattered to Petey. He wasn't late for anything. Actually, the only reason his publisher had organised the early flight was due to it being a little bit cheaper than the later ones. But he was here, about to do his first book festival, the Edinburgh International Book Festival. What has his agent said about it last week? You'll love it, Peter. This book festival is the expensive stuff. Well, he was about to find out the truth. He kept walking, the shoes really beginning to pinch. They were new, a birthday present from Nicola. All that inspecting of his shoes, he'd thought she was trying to make sure his hygiene was up to standards, her standards. His favourite present had been from his daughter, a gold-coloured chain for his reading glasses. Nicola had told him later that Mary had been making it in secret for a month, putting it together link by link. He put his hand to his chest, checking for the 50th time that his reading glasses case was still there, that it hadn't been stolen by some pickpocket with an agenda. Up ahead, he saw the large banner proclaiming for all the world to see, Edinburgh International Book Festival. My, it looked a welcome sight, he thought, striding up the street, perhaps the worst pedestrian junction he'd ever encountered, and through the entrance into a fairly grandiose lobby. Why the area was called Charlotte Square, he didn't know. Why the area was called Charlotte Square, he didn't know, but they should have named it Annoyance Square, given the level of traffic and noisy kids with balloons. He waited, back straight. According to his agent, he was supposed to be met by the bloke interviewing him, the writer Donny Bell. Petey had never heard of him, but the man had apparently sold thousands of copies of his latest novel, The Clapping of Fate, in which a computer virus spreads throughout the world and a group of mismatched agents have to stop it. Some sort of crap like that anyway. After 5 minutes, carefully counting the seconds on his watch, he grew restless and approached one of the festival volunteers, a vacant-looking woman, student type, with long brown hair. Her name badge read Olga. Excuse me, he said, I'm here for the event AI Friend or Foe. It starts at 3 o'clock. Have you got a ticket? She asked in a thick Eastern European accent. Excuse me, I'm afraid the event's sold out. No, I'm Peter McGough. I'm the guy being interviewed. I'm sorry. I wrote A Big Paradox, The Humanity of AI. Do you know it? Oh, yes, we have copies of it in our bookshop if you'd like to purchase one. Is someone else I can speak to? He asked, beginning to fume. He was already getting tired of her sad, bulging eyes failing to make contact with his. I'm Peter McGough. I was supposed to meet Donny Bell right here, right now. It's 1 o'clock. I'm scheduled to meet Donny Bell right here, right now. Ah, yes, recognition flashed across the girl's face. 1 moment, please. She signalled another woman over, a senior official by the looks of her. Face grim, too little makeup applied, sunflower top, fading blue jeans. Peter McGough, the woman asked. Yes, that would be me, he said, trying to keep his cool. I'm Jeanette, the festival director. Donny said to let you know that he'll be a little late. Why? Is he writing? His attempt at making a joke didn't work. He'll be along in half an hour, maybe a little more. Why don't you go into the festival garden? There's coffee and food. If you fancy, there's beer or wine. Thank you. I'll let him know you're here. Thank you. He strode off, entering the garden in a daze. Well, it couldn't exactly be called a garden. A glorified outdoor cafe was a better description. He saw a small bar selling drinks, the barman an unshaven lout, the only thing keeping him anchored to this world the promise of a drink-fueled night in the near future. Petey ordered a half pint of ale and took a seat on the small plastic chair that faced Prince Albert proud on his horse. His mobile rang. Grunting, he put down his plastic cup and answered. Thank you.